Dubai 103.8. Babalik po kami.
Do you want to drive down your vehicle fleet costs? Hertz are recognized as the market leaders in vehicle fleet management, providing expert advice designed entirely to reduce your fleet costs. Right now, Hertz is offering a wide choice of long-term all-inclusive leasing options, ranging from only 3,584 dirhams for Prado, 1,381 dirhams for Yaris, and many other exciting offers. Call 800 Hertz now. That's 800 43789. Drive with confidence. Drive your fleet with Hertz, the award-winning UAE's #1.
The weather is so pleasant, and my kids just love
Sun and Sand Sports Kids!
Nike, Vans, Timberland, Adidas, and more. You name it, they have it. Sun and Sand Sports Kids, now open in Spinney Center, Sakim on Al Wasl Road.
You always look for ways to manage your monthly expenses and save money whenever possible. Standard Chartered credit cards offer you great financial benefits at lower interest rates. Enjoy 0% interest for 6 months on credit card balance transfers, or make large purchases and get the freedom to pay back in easy installments. Call 600-522-8888 to benefit from easy loan and installment plans from your Standard Chartered credit cards. Terms and conditions apply.
With our vast experience in prosthetics and orthotics, the Dynamic Medical team provides high-quality service from start to finish. Dynamic Medical offer custom-made artificial limbs, corrective aids, medical equipment, and shoes to relieve the symptoms of a wide range of deformities and illnesses. To receive a complimentary assessment, visit our centers in Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai, or find us online to learn more. Dynamic Medical, solutions for a more active life. This advert has been approved by the Ministry of Health.
Filipino Rhythm, brought to you by Al Ansari Exchange. Now you can deposit your labor guarantees quick and easy with Al Ansari Exchange.
Kayo po yung nakikinig sa programang Filipino Excellence in the Middle East. Sa mga nag-tune in pa lang ngayon, ang topic po natin is about charity and charitable institutions. Meron na pa kaming dalawang guests na nakapag-share na sa kanilang experiences, sa kanilang advocacies. Una, si Rino Baluyot, isang control and instrumentation engineer. Siya po ay taga CFC Angkop or Answering the Cry of the Poor. Yung second guest po namin, isang senior HR administrative officer. Siya pong advisor ng Maranao Community in UAE, si Roy Tamano. Ang pangatlong guest po namin ay dapat nandito pero delayed po yung arrival niya galing sa Pilipinas. So ngayon, mag-phone patch lang po tayo sa kanya. Ito, kaibigan namin to, close namin to. At nakakatuwa, di ba? Yung pinag-usapan natin last Thursday or Wednesday na kung sino magiging guest natin, yung pangalan niya na mention natin. Tapos, nakakatawa nito, last Friday, etong gusto namin maging guest ay recipient ng isang award.
Anong award?
Yung sa Women of Substance 2012 award. At sa kanyang category, napili siya because of her charity work.
Okay.
Okay, nasa linya po natin ngayon ang aming kaibigan, si Lou Parroco, isang Global HR Manager and Charity Advocate. Lou, good evening.
Magandang gabi po. Good evening, Brother Art and Sister L. Magandang gabi din po sa mga bisita natin dyan sa studio. At of course, magandang gabi din sa mga ating mga loyal na mga nakikinig sa FEMI.
Oo nga, isa na kayo dyan eh. Alam ko, lagi nagsubaybay kayo ni Rocky. Lou, ba't na-delay yung flight mo?
Actually, Tito Art, delayed ng mga almost 1 hour dun sa Philippines mismo yung departure. Kaya, tapos medyo may transit pa kami sa Bangkok. Yun, kaya I think it started from the Philippines mismo. Kasi actually full, overbooked daw sila. So I think they were having some difficulties with yung mga passengers na huling dumating.
Okay. Alam mo, sa mga tagapakinig, si Lou may reason umuwi sa Pilipinas. Ito, connected sa kanyang charitable work. So, Lou, ikwento mo, bakit ka umuwi sa Pilipinas?
Actually, I was invited by my alma mater schools sa elementary po at saka sa high school to give the graduation speeches, kumbaga yung commencement speech. So it was, well, actually for several years they've been trying to invite me over. Pero dahil nga po busy, but this time sabi ko medyo I really I needed to do it this time kasi po nakikita kong tumatanda na yung aking ama at ang aking lola po na parang nagsilbing ina na po namin at parang nafe-feel ko po on their shoes as parents. Pag nakitang ang apo nila na pinaghirapan, ang anak ay naging guest speaker, it's a great honor po for them.
Definitely.
And it's actually more than what I've dreamed for, but rather it's more about pleasing them and giving them that joy.
Napakabait na tao talaga tong si Lou. Lou, welcome to the show, to the program rather, and masaya kami at dumating ka ng maluwalhati dito sa iyong ikalawang bahay. Ngayon, dun sa speech mo, ano yung mensaheng ipinasa mo sa mga estudyante?
Well, I think actually, yung pinaka-introduction ko nga po sa aking mga speeches doon is I told them that baka inaakala ninyo graduates na I will be standing here to prove more of how big I have become. Pero hindi. I think I will fail you on that because I'm here to actually give you non-typical commencement speech, you know. So they were so shocked when I kind of narrated some of the adversities that I have been through when I was their age.
Alright.
Yung talagang mga kahirapan po sa buhay. And I think that was just the best way I could really inculcate into them na, you know, yung pagiging mahirap at kung ano-ano pang mga kahirapan sa buhay is not actually a hindrance to reaching success.
Ay, nako. Lou, sana naririto ka sa stasyon para lalo ka naming mabigyan ng pagpupugay. At itong isang parangal na ibigay sa iyo bilang isang women of substance, it says you're sharing abundance. Can you tell us more about it? Like, anong naramdaman mo nung nalaman mo na isa ka sa naparangalang women of substance?
Honestly po, at the very first instance na I was reading the letter from Ilustrado from Lalaine. I read it like 2-3 times, and then the very first question is, why me, you know, and what's in there with me?
Why not?
And why not?
Kasi po, Tita El, parang yung involvement ko po with yung mga organizations natin recently with the Filipino clubs is not really that much kasi nga po with my work.
Yes,
so
we
whatever
understand.
little time I have, I'm trying to kind of spend it with the family.
All right.
But then later I learned that I think with their criteria, it's more about, you know, the success I have reached in my career. At the same time, it's more about the little charities. Again, ulitin ko po, yung mga little charitable works that I have and my husband have probably kind of initiated. And again, ulitin ko din po itong word initiated lang po kasi all those that we have done so far, hindi naman po ginawa lang naming dalawa or ginawa ko lang, but it was po a sort of community project kasi marami po tayong mga kaibigan, mga kapatid sa community at mga ordinaryong mga OFW sa Dubai, sa UAE na talagang nag-help out po to make those successful.
Para lang sa mga tagapakinig natin, ano, i-mention ko lang yung unang project nyo, yung Shoot and Shelter, kasi si Lou po ay maswerteng may asawa na may magic ito sa camera itong si Rocky. Actually, si Rocky ay isang Femme mentor actually. Napakagaling sa camera at ginamit niya yung paghawak ng camera para tumulong sa mga mahihirap. That was yung tinatawag na Shoot and Shelter. That was one. Tapos isa sa mga cute na nakakaiba talaga na isang storyang naibalita sa iyo, Lou, yung pagkokolekta mo ng lipstick para sa mga kababaihan sa isang lugar sa Pilipinas. Can you tell us more about this?
I will po. Actually, yung mga projects na come up po namin in the past, These were all inspired by adversities that we have been through in life.
All right.
It's either both of us or it's me personally. So with the Color for Her, I think the project we have named it Color for Her.
Yes.
That was po when you know, that very year parang masyado akong nahahunt ng memory ng mom ko na parang, you know, yung for me, if I will be asked what is your broken, do you have any broken dreams? Mayroon po, nag-isa lang po yun, that was being unable to give my mother the convenience in life. Yung mga wishes ko rin po na sana nagantihan ko siya with all the paghihirap niya.
Okay.
So so there was one moment nga po, I think that very moment na hindi ko po talaga makalimutan when I was very little. I think I was the age of my daughter now, 6-7 years old. I was tailing through, or rather following my mother as she prepares for office, ano. Mahirap po yung buhay namin before kasi we were 8 closely knitted siblings.
All right.
But both parents were government employees. But then the earnings of both kind of hardly, you know, was able to make all ends meet from one payday to another. So, you know, my mom, she was always very self-sacrificing.
Okay.
So one morning, na-notice ko, I was following her, you know, she grabbed her empty, almost empty shell, a lipstick shell.
All right.
Tapos naghanap po siya ng matchstick, toothpick, I think. So, tapos talagang tinry niya pong
simutin.
Simutin ba yun sa Tagalog?
Simutin.
Talagang kung ano pang nandun. And then, carefully, she tried to distribute whatever that dot of pigment na nandun sa lips niya, sa cheeks niya, just to put color on her face, you know, for work. So, that was a very heartbreaking scenario na na-witness ko po at my very young age.
Right.
And then on, I promised, I said, no, I have to really strive hard. You know, with my murang edad po at that very stage, ang naisipan ko na I have to do well in whatever I'll do. I have to do good in school. I'll try to graduate as fast as I can. And then I'll have to start work immediately. And the very first salary I'll get, I'll buy my mom whatever color of lipstick she wants. But that did not happen because she died in February of you know, the year that I was supposed to I was graduating. So dapat 'di ba March, April yung graduations natin. Unfortunately po February pa lang naglaho na po siya.
Right.
So this was really a broken dream, 'di ba? So that in 2010 parang palagi kong naalala yung scenario na po na yun, Tita El. Kaya yun yung naisipan ko lang at busy ako sa work, wala po talaga akong masyadong time. So I said, let me just do this. I'll email friends, you know, Facebook. And it worked. And it really worked.
So ilang lipstick yung nakolekta mo that time?
I was just aiming to gather around 500 lipsticks po. Sabi ko, okay na to. Marami ng mga babaeng, mga nanay, mga mama na mapasaya nito. But then, you know what? God has been very, very supportive of that project. Friends have been very supportive of that project. We have gathered more than 1,000 lipsticks.
Wow.
You know, so double the number that I just aimed for.
And when you distributed this, hindi lang ito sa isang lugar, di ba? Parang at random? At random?
Yes po, randomly. Bali, that very year, nung umuwi po kami ng Pilipinas, marami mo kaming binalak na mga, you know, as Rocky is very interested with photography, we have to hop from one place to another. Hindi po pwedeng mag-isang place lang. So, may mga couple of provinces po kaming napuntahan apart from Bacolod. Tapos, from Manila pa lang po, pagdating po namin doon, mayroon na po akong 2 plastic na hawak-hawak. Mga naka-individually labeled and packed na po na lipstick. There, talagang I spend time to get out on the streets muna, magbigay sa mga Metro Aid, sa mga, you know, checklist vendors, nagtitindang mani, naglilinis ng mga toilet po natin sa airport. Doon pa lang po. Tapos,
nung inabot mo sa kanila, Lou, anong naramdaman nila?
Alam niyo po, Tita El, medyo in most cases po, talagang very, nakikita mo yung smile na kasi parang pleasant surprise siya for them eh. Ano to, di ba? Ano to? Pero po mayroon po talaga, ito medyo sad din ng konti kasi mayroong ibang nagre-refuse. Kasi I think that very year, parang nag-follow lang yun few months after the election. I don't know, election, parang barangay election yata yun or something.
Kasi Mayo.
So parang Tita El, medyo it's hurting po minsan. Actually, medyo may mga hurts din akong nag-gather while distributing kasi meron pong ibang nagre-refuse, iba nagda-doubt.
Okay.
Parang